What's up, guys? It's your boy Cam. I am here with the NXT Thunder edition of the Fallout show to NXT TakeOver Supremacy. No longer in the promo, as you've seen in the intro. We got a stacked card here tonight. So enough of me talking. Let's get into the action. So a split screen is shown for Bianca Belair and Jungle Kiana for the NXT Intercontinental Championship. Both women make their way down the ring for the title match. So yeah, no talking here tonight. We're getting straight into the action. 67. And about to have good heat and decent wrestling. Bianca Belair defeated Jungle Kiana in 14-17 by pinfall at the KOD. Bianca Belair makes the finish number 7 of the NXT Intercontinental title. That's one of Bianca's better reigns. That's one of her better matches. I'm pretty sure that's either her second or third best match in her reign. And looking at it, she hasn't had, her and the other women at the time weren't as over as they are now. So her reign kind of looks. Her reign has been really good, but ratings-wise, in the first couple months, it was a little lackluster because the women then weren't as over as they are now, and so yeah. But can't think about the past. We're thinking about the future, and Bianca Belair and Jungle Kiana are two bright pieces of this overall great women's division. Bianca Belair 71, Jungle Kiana 54. Jungle Kiana is frustrated that she lost again. Kamiko comes down the rampway and has Jungle Kiana a note. Jungle reads the note and she looks both intrigued and worried. Kamiko smiles and walks away. So what did Kamiko Asahara give to Jungle Kiana? We'll have to see and find out. But when I tell you this leads to something exciting, I never let y'all down, and that's going to lead to something exciting. 76. 76? Okay, cool. So Bianca wins here tonight, but Dakota Kai's music hits. Dakota comes down the ring with Raquel Gonzalez. Dakota tells Bianca she's ready. She tells Bianca, be ready, because she's coming for that belt. Bianca tells Dakota she will fall like the others. But Scarlett appears on the Videotron. Scarlett tells Bianca, 7 days, your title reign will end. 7 days, you'll fall to the demonic mistress, Scarlett. 7 days, Bianca, be ready. So it looks like we'll be having Bianca Belair versus Scarlett Bordeaux for the NXT Intercontinental Championship in 7 days. But interesting caveat, Dakota Kai has her eyes on the NXT Intercontinental title. So this title scene is getting very interesting. 44. Cameron Grimes comes out in a new Mercedes-Benz limo. A door opens and it's Razor, formerly from the tag team AOP. Razor opens the door for Cameron Grimes. Grimes smiles and cackles his way down the ring. Grimes throws 20s in the crowd, and as he makes his way into the ring, Grimes says he told everyone he had a big surprise. Grimes points to Razor and says, yeah, that's the big surprise. Razor is not only my muscle, but he's also my financial advisor. Grimes says, I'm feeling good, so I'll give any schmucks 200 grand if they can beat me and Razor in a tag team match. In fact, to sweeten the deal, I'll throw in some of my stock in cryptocurrency. Razor advises Cam not to do that, but Grimes goes with it anyway. So yeah, Razor, when I was looking, WWE didn't re-sign Razor, and no spoiler alert here, but I started a new developmental system called NGW, which is Next Generation Wrestling. So I needed to sign people, and Razor was on the market, so I said, let me just put him in development, so I don't have any plans for him. But then I was thinking about it, I said, I had this or another idea for Cameron Grimes as his big surprise, and I thought this was the better idea. So Razor is going to be the muscle of Cameron Grimes. But interesting caveat, he's also smart too, since he is Cameron Grimes' financial advisor. And they had a decent match. And about to have a decent reaction from the crowd with subpar wrestling. Cameron Grimes and Razor defeated really Indus-Sher in 608 when Cameron Grimes submitted Rinku. Razor 56, Cameron Grimes 54, Rinku 36, and Sarar 34. So yeah, Indus-Sher are in FSW to get their ratings, because I really didn't have any plans for them, but also they really weren't that good, so I put them down at FSW to get some more experience and to better their stats. And I just caught up some people here tonight to lose to Cameron Grimes and Razor. 57. Okay, the rings aren't where I'm supposed to be. Maybe I should have been in the Southeast. But Tony's in the parking lot, and Tony says she should have known it was Rhea who attacked her a month ago. Rhea couldn't stand being number 2 to Tony Storm. It's okay, Rhea, because soon enough, I'm going to get my hands on you, and it'll be no mercy. So Tony Storm is giving a shot to. She's telling Rhea Ripley that here's a warning. I'm gonna get my hands on you one day, sooner or later, and you're not gonna see it coming. And when I do, there's going to be no mercy. 42. So Kaylee Ray seen arriving in the arena earlier today. The people asked Kaylee Ray, why did Thunder lose to Inferno? Kaylee Ray says, talk to Shotzi Blackheart. She's the reason why we lost. Shotzi comes up to Kay and says, repeat that again. And Kaylee Ray tells Shotzi, you was the one looking up at the lights getting pinned. Shotzi says, I wasn't prepared to fight. You should remember I was the last minute replacement. Kaylee Ray doesn't want to hear this, so she walks past Shotzi Blackheart and tells her that sounds like a personal problem to her, and she has nothing to do with that. 56. In a decent match, Cage and Starks defeated Alexander Jessic and Casey Navarro. In 1340, and Ricky Starks pinned Alexander Jessic with the Buster Keaton. Brian Cage 59, Ricky Starks 55, Alexander 45, and Casey Navarro 44. 65. Okay, so Cage gives Casey Navarro. Oh my gosh. So Cage gives an F5 to Casey Navarro on the outside. Navarro crashes and burns, and the crowd is shocked, like, man, we feel bad for that guy. And Ricky says, Hunters, you think you were so clever, don't you? That little surprise attack worked last week, but it won't anymore. Get your gear ready, boys, because next week it will be Cage and Starks versus the Hunters. The Hunters come down in their street clothes and tell Ricky he's on. So next week we'll begin the Hunters versus Cage and Starks. 60. Kathy Kelly announces that she's decided. What, man? It didn't even save my angle. That's annoying. But basically, what happened? My goodness, how did that happen? How did that happen? That's annoying. It didn't save my angle. But basically, Kathy Kelly was interviewing Juice Robinson, and Kathy asked Juice. Juice tells her that he's super duper excited to be back in NXT. He's super serious on winning championship gold, but he's also here to have some fun. And the Guitar Heroes come playing the air guitar and making all this noise. And Anthony Green says, it's good to have you back, Juice Robinson, because now we can have a third man into our band, so we can make it a trio. And then Anthony says, will you want to join us? And Juice Robinson tells them, guys, wait, what instrument do I get to play? And Rick says, you get to play the drums, while me and Anthony get to play the guitar, and all three men will rock out to the delight of the crowd. And that's what it's just a little lighthearted segment, but I'm super duper annoyed that I didn't save. 61. Hip tendonitis, that sucks. For Richard Holiday. Man, Johnny Gargano's 80, and about that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Johnny Gargano defeated Richard Holiday at 6:47 by submission with the Croston Crab. Johnny Gargano 80, Richard Holiday 54. Johnny Gargano's getting better. No, Richard Holiday's getting better at his gimmick. I can't talk. But Johnny Gargano looked excellent out there. I'll say that's his best rating ever in the series. Not only in the series, but ever I've seen in NXT. Richard Holiday sustained hip tendonitis. He might be out for a little bit. And I did turn on the injury frequency from medium to high to see what happens with the injury. Normally my wrestlers don't get injured a lot, but I want to see what happens when I turn up the frequency to high. 78. So Johnny Gargano picks up the win here tonight. Johnny grabs a mic, but Matt Sydal and Mike Kanellis of the Vision come out. Matt tells Johnny, for so long you've been blinded by the cancer known as the fans. You are their puppet on strings and you don't see it. Mark says, for so long you've been led astray. Let us guide you to the promised land known as the Vision. We will make all your worries disappear. And Johnny says, I'm good. I'm not taking advice from two dweebs who can barely get any TV time. Johnny tries to leave the ring, but Matt Sydal kicks the rope, hitting Johnny in the eye. Matt and Mike beat on Johnny Gargano 2-on-1 until Chad Gable comes down the ring and the Vision hightail it up the rampway. So Chad Gable saves Johnny Gargano here tonight from the Vision. Also, I'm enjoying booking the Vision. It's kind of like a Seth Rollins in a way where they want people, their goal is clear. With Seth Rollins, you kind of see that. He said he wanted to shape WWE in his image, but don't all heels like that who have become like that profit gimmick say that? I'm rambling here, but I'm enjoying booking the Vision. 64. In a decent match, Isaiah Swerve Scott defeated Kenny Williams at 8:28 by pinfall of the handspring back elbow. Swerve 74, Kenny Williams 40, and Kenny Williams is from FSW as well, along with Richard Holliday. 83, that is amazing. So FTR celebrate their win at Supremacy. FTR said they're the best team not only in the company but in the world. FTR said they've beaten GYB, they've beaten those subculture geeks, and they've beaten those indie losers, MSK. FTR says they're going to be taking a very nice, long, and relaxing vacation until they get some more competition. A montage of old school wrestling appears on the screen in black and white. We see people performing different holds and submissions on mats. As the montages go further, the pictures become more clear in present day. We see the words American Catch Wrestling on the Titantron. Timothy Thatcher and Oni Lorcan both stand on each side of the stage wearing matching gear. Thatcher and Oni get in the ring and get in the faces of FTR, and they bump heads with them. Thatcher grabs the mic and says brutality has arrived in NXT in the form of American Catch Wrestling, and Oni says those belts will be coming to ACW in due time. So it looks like a new team is on the horizon. We did have a vignette for them, was it either last week or 2 weeks ago, saying that American Catch Wrestling coming soon, and they debut in front of the live crowd here tonight, going straight after the champs. 66. In a decent match, Damian Priest defeated Christian Casanova in 6:38 by pinfall at the South of Heaven. Damian Priest 71, Christian Casanova 49. 100 rating. Great rating. So Charlotte has a sit-down interview, and Kathy tries to ask her questions, but Flair is too pissed off. Not pissed out, but pissed off. Charlotte tells Kathy what pisses her off. And the fans and the women in the locker room. Flair says the fans say she's overrated when she's simply just the best. They're mad at her because she's win. She can't help if all the other women aren't on her level. She says they cheer Dakota out of spite because they hate her. Then it spills into the locker room. Women like Dakota wish they can have the success that Charlotte has. They're just like the idiot smart mark fans in the crowd. Dakota won one match, and now she's over her that easily. And then Ronda shows up on her show and says she's the top dog. Charlotte Flair says, I'm tired of the disrespect on my name. Please, you don't like me? Fine. I won't bite an eyelash. But everyone will respect the name Charlotte Flair. So Charlotte Flair storms off the interview, and yeah, so Charlotte Flair is really pissed off about being really disrespected by not only the women in the locker room, but the fans. And goodness, I can't talk here tonight at all. It is 2:34 in the morning. So Tyler Breeze hosts an open challenge, and Breeze says that Uggo Keith Lee got lucky at Supremacy. Whoever answers this open challenge won't be so lucky. Dexter Loomis themes hits, and Dexter's the one to answer the open challenge. Tyler Breeze is a little creeped out about this. 62, okay. And about that had good heat, decent wrestling. Tyler Breeze defeated Dexter Loomis in 12-20 by pinfall with a handful of tights. Tyler Breeze makes defense number 2 of the NXT Openweight Championship. So we could say a handful of tights, but when the referee was distracted, Tyler Breeze sprayed hairspray in the eyes of Dexter Loomis and then pinned him with a handful of tights. So Tyler Breeze, he won, but he cheated to win. Tyler Breeze won by spraying hairstring in the face of Dexter Loomis when the ref wasn't looking. Tyler Breeze escapes here with the Openweight Championship. Tyler Breeze Tyler Breeze walks up the rampway holding the championship until he bumps into Chris Bay. We haven't seen him he's been on NXT Explosion, but we haven't seen him on Thunder after that whole incident with Brian Cage and Ricky Starks, where it looked like they really injured his leg. Tyler turns around, Chris Bay gives him an instant gurry. Chris tells Tyler he's coming for that belt, because on the show, Chris Bay told Tyler Breeze he's coming for the NXT Openweight Championship, and it's good to have Chris Bay back on Thunder, even though he really never left because he was on Explosion. 63. So Dexter Loomis is in the ring after the commercial break. Dexter Loomis heads to the back, but when he goes up the rampway, he sees Shazza McKenzie staring at him. Shazza bites her lip and winks at Dexter Loomis, and Dexter is super duper confused by this, so he just walks up the rampway. Austin K comes down from the crowd. She comes from the crowd and grabs a mic. Austin tells Rosa the voices in her head are screaming, and she can't contain them anymore. Austin tells Rosa that they need to finish this next week. last woman standing match. So yeah, next week is looking pretty stacked. We got a stacked show next week. We got an NXT Women's Championship match. We got this last woman standing match. We got the Hunters versus Brian Cage and Ricky Starks. And so yeah, it's looking really good next week. And I think our main event is next 79. I'll take it. And about that had fantastic heat and great wrestling. Finn Balor defeated Tommaso Ciampa in 17-17 by submission. It really should be pinfall. Ciampa's not really tapping out, but it should have been by pinfall, by submission, whatever. With the Fujiwara armbar during the match, we had Aleister Black distract Tommaso Ciampa. 79. I wanted a banger main event, and this did not disappoint. 79. So Aleister Black is on the warpath, and he wants his hands on Tommaso Ciampa. Ciampa kicks Aleister Black in the gut and throws him on the ring ropes. But Black, you know how Black does his signature moonsault and stands on his feet and does a crisscross, but this time he just lands on his feet, no crisscross. He tries to get Tommaso Ciampa a black mask, but Ciampa heads to the outside of the ring, and Black follows Ciampa heading into the back. So Ciampa is getting followed by Aleister Black. Black is on the warpath because Tommaso Ciampa screwed him and Team Thunder at NXT TakeOver Supremacy, especially Aleister Black, because he attacked Black and gave him a fairy tale ending. 87. I knew this should have closed the show. I'm so happy you did. So Finn Balor picks up another impressive win here tonight. Finn Balor closes the show with the trademark logo appearing on the screen. So it looks like the show's about to end. But from out of nowhere, Killer Kross gives Finn Balor a German suplex. Kross tells Finn, "You thought I forgot." Kross gives Finn another German suplex. Roddy and Bobby come down. Roddy hits Kross in the face with the knee. Roddy hits Kross in the face with a knee, hits Kross with a knee to the face, and Bobby chop blocks Kross, sending him on one knee. Roddy goes for the finishing blow, but Kross grabs him and gives him and Bobby. He gives Roddy a chokeslam, and then he gives Bobby a side-up suplex. But Kyle O'Reilly is on the top rope. He gives Kross a knee to the side of the face. Finn Balor comes back with a sling blade. He tries to go for the coup de grace, but Kross rolls out of the ring. Finn Balor and the Balor Club stand in the ring with Killer Kross standing on the rampway. So it looks like, man, this has been brewing for at least 2 months now after NXT TakeOver Legacy. So this is almost like 2 or 3 months in the making. And yeah, this all started because Kross interrupted the segment of Finn Balor, and now it's gotten really personal. 85. That is our best show yet. And I'm pretty sure we just rose from medium to large or medium to big. But tell me what you thought down below. Even though the show was the best I've ever booked ever. In this save, I think in any save actually, but in this save, the recording wasn't as good. It's 2:40. No excuses here. But tell me what you thought down below. We got some interesting things on the way. Not the most impactful show to me. We didn't have any new debuts, but you don't always need a new debut. We had a banger main event. We had a championship match. We had 2 championship matches actually. We had some stuff building towards next week. So next week is not only looking stacked, it's looking just as stacked as this show. So tell me what you thought down below. I will see you when I see you. Peace.